Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about a time when I went sledding. I was 14 years old, and it was New Year's Eve day. And my sister had come home from Christmas break, school and stuff. And so we're all sitting around the kitchen table deciding what to do that day. And my other sister, Heather, who lives in town, she also had come over with her boyfriend, Don. So we're sitting there and we're chatting, discussing what should we do. Well, the day before, it had snowed, about a foot of snow we got on the ground. And so I was thinking, it would be a great day for sledding. Because A, the sun was shining, and it was beautiful outside, like perfect temperature, like 35, 40 degrees. So I pipe up and I say, well, how about we go sledding? It snowed yesterday, so it would be a good day. And so my sisters, they all thought about it for a few seconds, and they're like, yeah, all right, let's do it. Let's go sledding. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Woohoo! Totally pumped to go sledding because if you don't know me, I love winter activities. I love to go sledding. And I'm really like a child at heart. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, so we gather up all of our stuff, we get in our snow gear, get our sleds, and we get in my sister's Subaru and head towards our favorite park, which is called Payson Park. It has the best, sledding hill. And so as we're approaching the park and we're on the street that it's on, at the top of the hill, there's a street. And there's cars parked on either side, like lining the entire street. And I'm thinking, oh man, this place is packed. Are we going to be able to find a spot? I'm like, nope, don't give up, we'll find a spot. So I really, really wanted to go sledding. So my sister drives down the hill, down the road, and goes to try to find parking down below. And thankfully we found a spot. So we pull into our spot, I jump out, I grab our stuff, and everybody grabs his sled, and we all head up to the hill. We go up to the hill, and we make a few runs, and we've been here now about an hour, and we're all getting about, kind of tired. And so we all decide, well, let's make this our last run, and we'll go home. And I said, okay, but can I go down one more time? I'd rather sled down the hill than walk with the rest of you. And they're like, yeah, okay. And then my sister Jen pipes up, like, hey, I'll sled down with you. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, we'll make it a train. And so then Don pipes up and says, oh, I'll go too. I'll be the caboose. And so it's like, great. So I'm on the front. I'm on a little saucer. So I'm sitting on the saucer in the front. My sister Jen and my sister Heather's boyfriend Don are behind me on the sled. So it's me, my sister Jen, and Don. Jen wraps her legs around me, and we're set to go. And so we start going down the hill. And now, Payson Park is a busy place, and by that time more people had come. So we had people coming who were walking up the hill as we're going down, to the left and to the right of us, and even coming up at us. And so as I'm going down, I'm yelling, move! Get out of the way! Like, we're going to hit you! And so they're scrambling left and right as we're barreling down the hill, because we're picking up speed. And mind you, there's 3 of us in this train, and we're like, heading down that hill. And so we're going, and I'm like, woo, this is so fun! And then all of a sudden, as the crowds part, there's this really cute little 4-year-old girl standing directly in the pathway of our sled, of our massive train. And she has this saucer, and she's playing with it like this. She's pulling it over her face. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to hit this poor little girl. Where's her parents? Like, why isn't she moving? Like, can't she see us coming? And I'm yelling, move, move, get out of the way, get out of the way. She's not moving. She's standing just like this. Big old smile on her face. She's just like, hee. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm going to flatten this poor little girl. So we're approaching on her, and still she's not moving. And so instinctively, right before we hit the poor little girl, I put out my arms like this, and I closed my eyes. And the next thing I knew, our ride had stopped. We had stopped, and I couldn't open my eyes thinking, oh my gosh, we just flattened that little girl. She is flattened like a pancake behind us. I open one eye to look around, and I'm like, I don't see her. I'm like, where did she go? And then all of a sudden I hear my sister Jen behind me say, are you okay? So I turn behind me, and the little girl is sitting in her lap. She's just kind of looking up at my sister with this doe-eyed, deer in the headlights look like, it's like, I'm not really sure what happened, this kind of expression. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden her dad, who I assume comes walking over, just meanders over, and he was like, wow, that was some save. I look up and I'm like, yeah. My heart's still pounding and racing. And he picks up his little girl, and he picks up the little saucer that Don had caught, and turns around. And that was that.